Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sankara. Today we are going to discuss a case law on the admissions, particularly in the CPC. You all know that in CPC already I have informed you that when a point is admitted, when a fact is admitted, then there is no necessity to prove the same. Therefore, while writing the written statement, we clearly say in the first para itself that the fact, except the admitted facts, for others, the plaintiff is put to strict proof of the same. That means the person who has filed the case, he has to prove the denied facts. Right, admitted facts need not be told. So this is what the law says, particularly in CPC. Suppose if a document is written, then if you do not raise objection that it was not attested or it was not scribed by the same person, then a little later you cannot go for that objection. So document author, the author of the document need not be examined if the signature is not disputed. This is important. If the signature is not disputed, you need not examine the author of the document because already you are admitting the same. So this is what happened in the case of Messrs. Star Paper Mills Limited versus Bihari Lal, Madan Lal, Jaipura Limited and others in civil appeal number 4102 by 2013. You can see the citation in Live Law 2021 page SC 762, which was decided on 16th December 2021. While disposing of this case, two judges bench, Hemant Gupta and Justice V. Ramasubramanian, observed that the examination of the author of a document is not necessary. It is not required if they had not denied the signature on the document. But what they have done? They have pleaded duress in the execution of the same. That means for writing the document, for authorizing the document, he was put under pressure and therefore he authored the document. But normally in civil procedure, they don't accept it because having known all these things, then only you have authored the document, you have signed the document, like that they will put the question. So please remember, if you author the document, if you are the author of the document, it is deemed that you know all the facts. That's all. Right. Here, now let us go to the facts of the case. This is between a paper mill and its supplier. So, Messrs. Star Paper Mills Limited. So, normally what they do is they manufacture writing and printing papers. So, just like a JP paper or something, maybe JP paper or something like that. So, they manufacture writing and printing papers, and normally they will be selling them to the customers, sometimes directly or sometimes to their agents, like that. Right? So, actually, the appellant sold directly to the respondent, that is Bihari Lal, Madan Lal, Jaipura, under hundis, you know, interest, hundis, invoice, everything will be there. So, actually, the respondent, that is Bihari Lal, Madan Lal, Jaipura, since he has got paper mills, in Saharanpur or some other place, then he used to purchase the printing paper, the printing material for the paper from the appellant at the rate of 21% interest. Right? So during the year 1985-86, so an amount of 96.4 lakhs has been accrued and this man did not pay the amount. So therefore, actually this is for 9 hundis, or the consignment came to 96.41 lakhs. This man did not pay, respondent did not pay. What to do? Then the appellant filed a suit for the recovery of 96.41 lakhs. So Delhi High Court, single judge, allowed the same and gave a decree, decreed the matter. And he, as usual, Bihari Lal approached the division bench, which division bench has set aside the order of the single judge, stating that or holding that the appellant failed to establish that it was a registered sale. That means the author was not examined, is the main point. Now the appellant came to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court clearly observed that each invoice of the hundi for the sales, it has got sales tax registration number and stamped and signed by the respondent. What more is necessary? For the sales tax certificates, the division bench held that the person was not examined. Here it is very clearly stated that it has got the sales tax registration number. It is signed by the respondent. Stamped by is the stamp of that Biharilal Madanlal Jaipura was also there. So now here, on whom the burden of proof lies? The burden of proof lies on the respondent to state that these transactions are not correct, these signatures are not correct, the signatures are obtained by fraud, or the signatures are fictitious, like this. So the document were never contended by the respondent at the initial stage. So therefore, at the later stage, they argued that the only pleaded duress in execution of the same. So Supreme Court held that the author of the document is not necessary to examine if it is not questioned at the stage of at the earlier stage, right? Actually, counter. This is also better you learn. The respondent argued that the appellant has to is owing to him an amount of rupees 45 lakhs. Okay, for that produce the evidence, but they say that the documents, the books, account books, they have been spoiled by the torrential rains and also eaten away by the white ants or pests. The defense will not stand good, right? Now the Supreme Court has come down on the High Court of, I think this is Maharashtra, Ram Subramaniam. Okay. The High Court has erred in holding that the appellant had not examined the author of the document. Such reasoning is absolutely erroneous, because in the written statement the respondent did not deny the signature of author of the document. So the pleading of duress at the time of execution is not at all allowed. So please remember, Supreme Court clearly held that the onus or the burden of proving that a transaction is sham, fake, bogus, fictitious, all these things, it is on the person who makes such an allegation. When you do not level allegations in the beginning at the time of written statement, when you agree that it is the signature of the so and so, now you cannot come and deny. This is the sum and substance of the judgment. Please remember. So in order to conclude, I want to tell you that the author of the document need not be examined if the signature is not denied in the beginning itself. So that's all regarding the crux of the judgment. Please read it and enrich your legal knowledge. Thank you very much.